Welcome back to Shadow Generations with me, Matthew Caddis, aka Puggy. So, if we approach this mysterious ring, Shadow will get sucked in, seemingly into the world of, well, Tokyo. Well, actually, no, it's Shibuya. Well, anyway, it's sucked into the Sonic 4 movie, meaning his voice also changes to that of someone you may well find familiar if you've watched Sonic the Hedgehog 3.
Where am I now? Is that me? Huh? I've taken on another form? I feel as if I've left my own dimension. Suspicious. I should follow. Yep.
Enough, yes, Shadow is voiced by Keanu Reeves, the same actor who, of course, plays him in Sonic the Hedgehog 3. And yes, this is probably the biggest tie-in to the Sonic movies we've ever had, other than the Sonic Forces Racing, where movie Sonic appears. But yeah, we don't get that in the game, seriously. But that being said, yeah, these are the DLC levels that come that are available for download for Shadow Generations, and they are somewhat of a worthwhile addition, not completely, because, well, we'll see it when we get through the level, because this is the only really big level we get with Shadow, really, in terms of content, but it is decent enough anyway for what it is, and I guess two other challenge acts, but we'll get to that. And now, basically what we have to do is get through the level and get Shadow home, seemingly. All the while facing various gun robots, I'm guessing. We don't see the egg pods, however. Yeah, what a missed opportunity that was for Shadow to do it against the thing. Most of the robots we face here are gun robots, not any of Eggman's robots. So yeah, it would be funny if we did see. Again, Shadow can still use Chaos Control, and all I'm gonna say is, yeah, whatever direction Keanu Reeves was given, he doesn't do it so well, but never mind. He is a lot better in the movie, I will say that. But now the seemingly the gun helicopters will also start bombing us as well, leaving behind quite a bit of fire as well. And then, well, we get on top of a train here, seriously. And I believe this is pretty much on rails here, I'm not sure. Seriously, because we're just dodging missiles for now. And although the sight of Shadow just riding a missile, that is actually badass. Almost to the point where he pretty much uses Chaos Spear to just smash open the thing. The guy just panics and jumps out of the helicopter, and then we go plummeting back onto the streets. Seriously, it's a shame we don't see Shadow chasing Agent Stone here. That would actually be interesting, seriously. But never mind, still boosting through here. And yes, I do like the Westopolis remix here, even though it did kind of get a remix in, not Shadow Generation, in Sonic Forces, in the Shadow DLC in there as well. But, as I said, those levels were rather short. This one's a bit longer than, dare I say, Sunset Heights was in, for Shadow at least, in Forces, so at least that's something. And then we can boost through here, and whatnot. I believe he still keeps the quick step, but yeah. What I'm doing, not avoiding all that burning debris and whatnot, but whatever. Now we start climbing the Tokyo Tower, which, if you saw the movie, Shadow could do it with a motorbike. Here he doesn't even bother doing the accurate slide, he just dodges some missiles from the, I'm guessing the helicopter coming up behind him. Seriously. And then it goes automatic again, I guess. And then Shadow uses spin dash actually to go through there and slams down on the helicopter. Seriously. If only we could have had more adventures like this with Shadow. But never mind. We'll take what we can get, I guess.
Not a big deal. Oh. Control! I have no time for this. I have to complete my mission. But I'll wait back.
Despite having escaped there are still 2 challenge acts we can do. So yeah, one of which is kind of out of place for Shadow Generations, but we'll have a look at them anyway. And the level is literally called Tokyo. So I'm going to play the original version of Westopolis here, because why not? We'll probably do well here, so... That being said, this is the one I was talking about. Namely, having to attack a bunch of balloons using Shadow's attacks and whatnot. So yeah, really weird, especially given that you'd think I'd probably want to use Balloon Park here, not any of the other ones, but whatever. So, that being said, only attack them all, I guess, and, excuse me, and indeed go through there, and, indeed, that's basically it. You can also slam the gun robots into the, each of the balloons. Homing attacking also works. Chaos control, maybe. I'm guessing Shadow can certainly bust through them that easily. If anything, some of them remind me of the thing that you have to get a total of 50 balloons in order to get through that. But yeah, that one's fairly short. What about the second challenge act? Because that might be a bit more interesting. Let's see then. Because as I say, this whole segment of me doing the Tokyo levels only took me about 11 minutes. So yeah. But that being said, this one... I can't even read that, it's just so small, but let's see what we have to do when we get to it, shall we? Because seemingly going through the thing with all these bunkers. So this isn't a gun base. Well, yes, there was a gun base in the thing, so let's see. In this case, we have to get the rings. Yeah, we have to get a total of 250 rings, so something that we have actually done in Shadow Generations, although this level's a bit longer, I guess. That's, yeah. I wish I'd actually played the Westopolis music for this one rather than the other one, but whatever. Finding each of the rings can be a bit of a chore because of the fact that, of course, Shadow does, can actually seemingly run into gunbots, although we haven't run into any thus far, so maybe we're lucky. Also using, I'm guessing, Chaos Spear, because we don't have the Doom Spears here yet. Not just yet, anyway, so yeah. But, yeah, in this case, it's Chaos Spear with this Shadow. And yeah, some people have tried to mod Film Shadow onto the, dare I even say, onto the regular gameplay. It doesn't go well due to how SEGA did the game, seriously. It may not be noticeable from main gameplay, and in fact in cutscenes, regular gameplay Shadow shows up in those, so can't do anything about that, but outside of gameplay, dare I even see it, if you try and do it with Shadow and you see it in a cutscene, he looks rather ugly. Seriously, I'm guessing because Shadow doesn't really bend to the gameplay style. Yeah, that may not be great, but there we go. So on the that's pretty much it for the DLC, I guess. So I will see you for my next Let's Play. Goodbye.